let's be completely honest. There has always been a massive difference between what a record label thinks will sell on the radio or streaming services and what an artist creates at 3 a.m. when the executives leave the studio. The lead single is engineered for metrics. It's made for the club or a streaming service or, some kind of shock value. And, it used to be radio stations that, they would cross over. Nowadays, it's basically a 15-second snippet on TikTok. But the soul of an artist, it rarely gets highlighted, in my opinion. That never lived on track 1 or 2. Like you had to go to album track 7 or 8, or even sometimes the last one. DMX was great at this. Always great for putting great songs at the end of his album and ending it with a prayer. I don't think we have that nowadays. Not a lot of artists are doing that, but those cuts lived on the B-side. It lived in those cuts where an artist wasn't trying to score a Billboard smash or score. They were just pouring out their actual life into the microphone, like unfiltered, unashamed, unabridged. So if you only listen to the tracks that got the highest budget, I feel like you're missing the entire story. Then again, you ain't really got much to choose from nowadays. The deep cuts, to me, they were always the real vocals, like real arrangements, real vulnerability. Damn. So a few examples that I personally like is Tevin Campbell. I think Tevin Campbell is the underrated blueprint of music, R&B specifically. You could take his album Back to the World, came out in 1996. So the label pushed Back to the World. I remember watching him perform that live on Teen Summit on BET. It's one of my favorite Tevin Campbell songs. But to me, track 3, he got this song called Could It Be? And Wiz Khalifa actually sampled that on, God, I forgot the name of that song, but it's on his Cushion OJ album. But it's called Could It Be? And it's produced by Keith Crouch. And if you don't know who that is, punch yourself in the face with a flathead screwdriver, because Keith Crouch is one of them ones. But it's a timeless, smooth, ride and just groove type track, man. Even on Tevin's album I'm Ready in 93, we all know Can We Talk? Undeniable smash, one of the greatest songs in history, even though it's about stalking. But he got a song on there that was written by Prince. Even the album track I'm Ready is another dope one. Prince